Welcome back, everybody. So, title of this video, give yourself some credit. Yeah, I was inspired to make this because I'm fortunate that I get to talk to a lot of you guys, and a lot of I should say some of your comments and some of your initial messages to me go along the lines of something like this. It's like, hey Jax, how's it going? I am such and such an age, and I have been through X, Y, and Z. And like some of the things that you guys have been through are incredible. Like you guys have survived and thrived and gone through so much. And I think it's so incredible to me that so many of us have just been through the ringer. You know, we have experienced great loss, tragedy, difficulties, adversities, dealing with disabilities or neurodivergence like ADHD, autism. There's all kinds of things that being gay, like there's all kinds of things that all of us have sort of collectively gone through individually. And what always strikes me is that oftentimes your comments are something like, oh my gosh, like I've been through all of this, and like how do you stay so positive? Like how do you and I'm kind of amazed that like so many people have gone through so much and they still have so much self-doubt. I mean, like, even in your own personal life, think about everything that you have dealt with, everything you have survived, traumas, loss of loved ones, bad relationships. Think of all the things that you have survived, and the fact that you are still standing and you are still out here trying your best every single day is absolutely amazing. And so that is why the title of this video is Give Yourself Some Credit, because I don't think you guys give yourselves enough credit for having survived. I mean, hello friend. Life is difficult. Life is this chaotic trial. I mean, it's adversity. Life is struggle. I mean, the Buddhists teach you that life is struggle. And in order to rise above that suffering, there are certain things you can do. But just the idea of surviving and really thriving in many ways. I mean, you guys really don't give yourselves enough credit for how much you have endured, and you still crave positivity. You still search for greater meaning in life. And that is something that should never be understated. It should never be understated that the things you survive and the things you go through have made you so much stronger. I've always disliked the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but there is an inherent truth to those words, because even if something maims you horribly, I mean, even if there is an event that is so traumatic that just knocks you down 7 or 8 steps, you come out of it stronger, and you really do. And not necessarily always physically, but emotionally and mentally, you survive so much. I mean, I think it's one of the reasons why I love talking to my grandparents and I love talking to the older generation of people, because they talk about the things that they have survived with not pride, but with this sort of determination and this sort of, well, it happened and I got through it, and I'm here to enjoy the sunrise today, which is just incredible. I mean, I was talking with this gentleman from Australia, and he's in his 90s. He's in his early 90s, and he was telling me about his sort of journey. He's gay, and he was sort of telling me about some of the things that he's gone through and the life he's lived. And he lived an amazing life, like an absolutely incredible life. And he's still living an amazing life. Like life does not end at 85 or 90. Like life ends when life ends. And his story is just so incredibly heartwarming and so amazing. And the ability to maintain that positivity is something that I am just so inspired by. And I am just really humbled by as well. Because I mean, if I can be 26 years old and realize that I am on the just very beginnings of life. I mean, oh my goodness, the ability to realize that and to understand that, like, there's a lot more to go. And even if my existence is only 30 years or 27 years or whatever, like however long I'm on this earth, I want to appreciate and be in the present for everything I can. And there is nothing wrong with stopping every now and then and giving yourself the credit. You have survived a lot. It has been quite an incredible year. It's been an incredible decade. It's been an unreal century. I mean, you look at the places that humans have gone in the last 100 years, and it's unbelievable. I mean, in 1923, nobody thought we'd be at the moon or putting robots on Mars or having self-driving cars or submarines none of this stuff was here. And I mean, social media and the whole online digital space, that's completely new as well. And no one has all the answers. None of us just get born and raised and have this easy, go with the flow life that just works. All of us have adversity. All of us have struggles. Sickness exists. We all have to make our way in the world. Nobody gave us a guidebook. And, there just isn't enough credit for that. And I think there's this quiet humility about humans. I mean, we have this like innate sort of sense of like, well, this is life. You got to keep on going. You got to survive. You got to continue what you're doing. But I think it is important to every now and then just stop and give yourself the credit. So that's kind of the inspiration for this video. Like always, I'm very interested to know your thoughts, but it's really hard to like wrap my mind around the idea of like who I was even a few years ago. If you take yourself and you throw yourself back into whoever you were 5 years ago and look at yourself now and the changes, what you've been through, if you're living in a different part of the world, if you're engaging with different people, it's a ever-changing process. There's like two sides to the same coin. It's like order and chaos. And the fact that humans can navigate this space so effectively, I mean, we do it without even thinking about it. It's something that we innately do, is we just look for the order in the chaos. We survive the chaos and run from the order. We do it all. We are constantly changing and innovating and evolving. And so, yeah, I don't know. We don't pat ourselves on the back enough. And so many of the comments that I receive, people are asking for advice and they share a little bit of their story. And I'm just going like, why do you need advice from me? I mean, you've survived, and like you might think that you're just keeping your head above water and you're just trying to survive and do the basics. But when I hear your story, it's just like, oh my gosh, this person has this incredible light inside of them and this incredible survivable, thrivable attitude where, you've overcome so much. And yeah, it's just like, give yourself the credit. I mean, oh my gosh, like humility is important. Like I made a video recently about humility being important, but there's also definitely a place for appreciating where you've come from and where you've been. And that's not prideful. That is just understanding that you are strong and you will survive. And when an adversity or when a problem hits you and it comes for you, you can tell yourself, you know what, I have survived worse. And this is not going to be this isn't where my book ends. This isn't the last chapter. This is another twist in the epic story that is my life. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. I was driving home back from the gym and I was just like, you know what? We do not give ourselves enough credit, and I'm just as guilty. I don't give myself the credit for how far I've come and what I've done. So if I can start giving myself credit, so can you. And yeah, let me know what you think. I love you guys as always. I will talk to you tomorrow, and give yourself the credit.